Okay, I changed my battery and I'm back to show you the rest of my flea market haul. First, I want to show you this bag. The lady there, that's always there on Fridays when I go, she's the one that has the slides, and she knows what I like by now. So she asked me if I wanted this bag of embroidery stuff. There's some fabrics, and I don't even know what all is in here. She said it's unfinished embroideries or just plain fabric that is made for embroidery. And she said, I know you can't really do anything with it. So she asked if I wanted it. And I said, yeah, maybe. How much do you want for it? And she said, oh, nothing. She just wanted to give it to me. So I said, well, then, yes. So let's look and see what she gave me. I got a piece, there it is. I couldn't find the opening to get this out. This looks like the angle's a little different. I'm not sure if this is working. Sorry about the noise of moving the camera. So, oh, look at that. This is what was stuck in the bag. Oh, that's beautiful. Look, there. It would be nice if I show you. So, because the embroidery is not finished, she didn't think she'd be, excuse me, able to sell it. But I think this stuff is great in domestic arts journals. Why is this? It looks like I'm up too close. Let me see. Aha, there we go. All right, let's try that. So there's a little bit of embroidery on this, but even just the plain pieces of fabric can be used. I don't know what that was going to be an image of. Oops, there I go again. I'll pay attention. This is just plain. This is plain. This one, ooh, has this kind of inset embroidery along the border, and it's not completed, but it's beautiful. This one also has that type of embroidery, but with some colors. It's not completed. There's a little pansy, maybe. That's pretty. That's close to being done. This one has some corner embroidery. This one still has the needle in it. Looks like crewel work. That's pretty. I love those blues. And there's one of the same heavier type of fabric, but it's got pink color. Those leaves are pretty. This one looks like maybe it was a bell pull. My mother used to get needlework catalogs for the kits and things, and I remember that there were a lot of bell pulls in the 70s that people would embroider. Not that they were going to ring bells with it, but it was a decoration. This one has interfacing on the back. This one's pretty with the squares. So this was a really nice freebie. So I'll probably be sharing some of this. I guess I don't need to go through every single piece, but this is a nice big one. It's probably going to be a cushion. This one is stiff, kind of, I don't know. It's not burlap, although it's a burlap color. It's kind of a canvas open weave thing. Some grapes. This is a strange shape. So you get the idea. Oh, there's some transfer here too. At least one transfer. It's a beautiful design. Jacobean flowers. So, oh, guys, see this one. Aw, it's a little girl on the telephone. There's this braided yarn. So I'm going to divide this up and put some of it in my shop, maybe along with some other linen pieces. All right, then I got this pillowcase. It's got a zipper on the end, but I'm just going to cut it up anyway. I just wanted this patchwork design fabric. So it's double-sided because it's a pillowcase sewn together. And this is the bottom part of an antique slip. And look at all that gorgeous lace and the pin tuck fabric too. This is going to be beautiful in a journal or on the cover of a journal, or both, because there's quite a bit there. Did I show it to you well enough? There's the bottom part. Sorry if I'm not doing a very good job. I am just so tired. I get hot and tired going to that flea market in the summer. This piece I'm going to cut apart, and I've had some pieces similar to this, but not with the blue. And I love that blue, and it's quite a good size. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up and 12 across. So there's quite a bit there. And it was half price. It was $15 originally, but it was half price today. So for as many little pieces as I'm going to get out of that, that was not too bad. I got this fabric. It's a pillow cover, it says. So there's 2 pillowcases together, and I don't know, they might have been homemade. I can't tell yet. I have to take them, unpin them and unfold them, but I just thought the fabric was so pretty and vintage. It was $4 for the 2 pillowcases. I got this 1960s to 70s pale green lace. It says $2. It doesn't say how much it is, but it's a pretty fat roll, so I'm sure it's more than just a couple yards. So it's this pretty green lace, and there's I don't know, something sheer behind it, so it's very pretty and wide. And then I got this one for $1. I'm gonna unpin this. Again, I don't know how much it is, but look how pretty it is. It's embroidered. It's pale pink cotton with this embroidery on it. It's probably at least a yard there. And I got some pieces that say they are vintage flour sack fabrics, and they were made into pillowcases. So here's one, and some of them are quite stained, but look at the design on this. That pretty yellow. These don't look the same as the feed sack fabrics that I get from Jennifer. This is, like I said, it says flour sack fabrics, and it's not as coarse. And this piece is not made into anything, I don't think. It's just a piece of fabric, and it might be, I think this is feed sack fabric. And here's another one. I just thought the flowers on this were pretty. So there's little tiny flowers spread around, and then up near, closer to the top, there's these pretty larger orange and yellow flowers, and then there's the big yellow border. And this one has a raw edge, so none of it's sewn together, but it's just a nice big piece of fabric. So it's aqua color with some little pink daisies all over it. Looks like it was printed to be made into pillowcases because of the border, and they all have nice borders. And then there's this one. It's kind of like the yellow one. Look how stained that is, though. But it's got the flowers spread out, and then bigger flowers, and then the blue border. And lastly, there is this one. Same setup, purple and blue flowers. I got this bag. It says, do not open bag. Well, I guess I can open the bag now because it belongs to me. 15 pieces of stamped cloth from the 1950s through the 70s. So again, it's stamped for embroidery, but not even started. Aw, this one's a little girl. That's really cute. That looks 70s, definitely. Just little cross-stitch baskets. This one has some corner pieces. It's a napkin, it says. A border. Something blue. The stamping is very faded on that, the inking. Can you see it? Looks like kind of the same thing. This one's a different flower. It's pretty. Blue ink on blue fabric doesn't show up very well, does it? Oh, this is a larger... This is old. I'd say this is older than the 50s. It's stained. It says hot biscuits. So this is a bread basket liner. This is a newer piece of fabric. Just got some flowers stamped on it. Or ironed on. They're probably iron-on transfers. And this one. Oh, that's a pretty design. Then I got a bag that is partially embroidered. 18 pieces. These will be easier to see because they're partially embroidered. This is pretty. Love that. It's just a frame, nothing in the middle. Oh, got some little crochet gloves in there. Pretty basket. Some crewel embroidery. Some more crewel embroidery on a border, looks like. Or, I don't know, maybe it's an eyeglass case. Some purple. Pretty blue flowers. Deer. That can go in a woodlands journal. Pretty rose. I don't know what that is. Looks like a dog. Must be a person, but it wasn't finished. I hope. This is pretty. And that's it for that bag. And my last textile purchase was this bag of quilt pieces. So there are 20 pieces, I think it said. 25 quilt squares. And they're all the same, I think they're all the same pinwheel design except for maybe 2. But apparently they were just using scraps because it's not anything that was coordinated to go together. It's just somebody's scrap bag being used. I love this one. The colors on this one. You get the idea. There's just a bunch of these pinwheel designs. And this one's different. This one has a 4 square and 1 square. And this one is different. It's got a flower, like a 1, 2, 3, 4 pointed petal. And it's bigger than the others. I think there's another one of those. Oh, no, it's a shoe fly. I think this is the shoe fly pattern because I made some pillows out of this one. It was an easy pattern. And here's the other garden one, flower one or whatever. So 25 quilt squares. That's it for textiles. And then I just got a few of the miscellaneous items that I like to look for. I got this pack of, wrapping paper. It's mostly wedding and baby, but I really liked that crazy quilt one. So here's baby. This looks pretty vintage, the design on it. Wedding. And this is more like a tissue paper. It's very pretty. Wedding. You can tell by the pictures that these are, vintage. Baby. Wedding. Some little flowers. Oh, this is a pretty design. It's not quite as vintage, I don't think. Happy birthday gift. And then the crazy quilt, which I love. So I've got other wrapping paper that I'm gonna have to put things together and make a kit of wrapping paper again. I got this pack of silk pins to just put in a pocket of a domestic arts journal or a sewing journal. And I got slides. Now I told her that I didn't get the one bag that I paid for the last time, and I just assumed that she would have found it. I didn't call because they're just in a barn. I didn't know the number or anything. But I figured she would have found it and set it aside for me, but she didn't even realize. So she doesn't know what happened to that bag. So she gave me this bag in place of it. So this is 125 slides for $3. 50 of them were spoken for, and other people said they wanted slides too. She's going to try to bring some more in again. I told her I'll be back in about a month. So I don't know if I'll get more or not. So anyway, I got these, and I got, oh, it's taped shut. So I don't know how many are in this one. It just says box of slides. These look really vintage. Oh, look at that. It's got a big, narrow frame around it. But that looks really vintage. Okay, so I got those slides, and I'll be getting them listed in my shop. I think I'll do groups of 50. If you want less than that, let me know. This is what she gave me to replace the ones that didn't end up in my bag, and these are really different. These are glass slides. And there are only 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 14 of the glass slides. So I don't know what anybody would do with them, or if anybody would want them. I think you might be able to, there's red tape around them, so I think you might be able to peel off the red tape and separate the pieces of glass and maybe put something in between, and then you'd have to very carefully put some new tape on them, even some pretty washi tape or something, but let me know if you're interested in the glass slides. All right, let's get a move on. We're at 20 minutes. I got this bag of vintage ribbon. There's this green, kind of, I thought it was velvety, but it's not. It's an ombre look. It's got a few different colors of green horizontally on it. I don't know if you can see that very well. And then there's this kind of a pale olive green or something like that. And purple. It has that same ombre look, I think. And then there's this one. It's white with a little bit of green on the edge. Could you see the purple? Was I showing that to you? And I got these cards. Crisis and Zap. I know nothing about them. But they look like fun ones. And then lastly, I got 2 packages of Eureka stickers. These are farmyard animal seals. Oh, they're nice. I don't have these. Look at the rooster. And then some butterfly seals, which of course I will use in that butterfly journal. Full books. They were $2.50 each. I think that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back again sometime soon. Bye-bye.